Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Talkin Movies. As always, I am your host, the real Geno Reynolds, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Neil Armstrong biopic First Man, starring Ryan Gosling, Claire Foy, and Jason Clarke, and it is directed by Damien Chazelle. Now, there may be some small spoilers in this review, but come on, it's history. We all know how this one's going to end, right? First Man is a look at the life of the astronaut Neil Armstrong and the legendary space mission that led to him becoming the first man to walk on the moon on July 20th, 1969. Now, this review was a little hard to do because this is one of those movies that I thought was amazing to look at. The performances were really good, and the story was interesting for the most part. Yet, I thought it was just okay. I always feel weird about movies like that, and I know I'm going to be the unpopular opinion here, but I have to give my honest thoughts. When it came to the performances, I thought the entire cast did a pretty great job as their characters. When it comes to biopics, I always like to go to my buddies over at History vs. Hollywood's website and see if the actors stayed true to the people that they were playing. They confirmed that Neil Armstrong was the calm and quiet type that Ryan Gosling portrayed on screen. There really wasn't much information about how Claire Foy's performance as the real Janet Armstrong was, but according to their kids, she did a fantastic job. All of the supporting cast, which included Jason Clarke, Kyle Chandler, Corey Stoll, and others, did a really good job as well. And honestly, with that cast, I wasn't really too surprised with that. Another thing that I wasn't surprised about was how the movie looked. Director Damien Chazelle is really great at capturing specific looks and feels of how the story he is trying to tell should be. With the use of filters, this movie looked like it was taking place in the late 60s. I always admire filmmakers that do things like this. The effects of the movies looked really good as well. I think one thing I would have done differently was go see this movie in IMAX. While I don't think it would have made it a must-see for me still, I think it would have been still amazing to watch. If you saw it in IMAX or any other big format, like D-Box or something like that, let me know what you thought of it, seeing it like that. Well, I know there was a scene in the movie that kind of explained that something along the lines of, we have problems down here, so we don't have them up here. I still felt that the mission to the moon went a little too easy and quickly for our heroes. While maybe the real mission wasn't that eventful, or the filmmakers thought there had been enough peril in the movie already, upping the drama just a bit with the space mission would have helped. I think spending a little more time on the moon or on the mission back, which basically did not happen. It was like they went up and then they were home. I think it would have added to the story just a little bit as well. A lot of the stuff they just kind of skipped. Now, I'm not going to spoil it here per se, but I am going to talk about the ending a little bit. Though I thought that Ryan Gosling and Claire Foy acted the hell out of the ending by saying nothing, the ending was a little strange for me. After making a big deal that Neil talked to his kids before he left about how he might not come back, you'd think that his kids would have been there to see him at the quarantine site, not just his wife. I don't know, as good as that scene was, it felt a bit off. I couldn't find anything saying whether or not this is what really happened, but as a movie scene depicting what I'm seeing is supposed to be real life, it's not what I'd expect to happen. Now, let's talk about the movie's controversy about not being patriotic enough. Now, you see the flag on the moon, but I do feel that they should have added them planting it, not because America, but because, well, it happened. This isn't really even a complaint, just an observation. The entire movie is about how the Russians were kicking the Americans' butts in all things space at the time. So the whole movie is about beating them to the moon, about being patriotic Americans and beating the Russians. Of course, after we made it there, it became about being, for all mankind, an event that captured the imagination of and captivated people of all countries. So yeah, the controversy argument, well, easy to say this, it's dumb. Look, while I didn't love this movie, there is a ton of reasons to love it, and I'm not going to argue with those that do. If you do, I totally understand. But for me, there were just some things that didn't work. Yet I still thought there was a ton to like about it. I'd still recommend this one as a watch in the theaters and would suggest seeing it on the biggest screen as possible. Now, would I watch this one again? Probably not. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Geno YouTube channel, like this video, and if you have anything to say about this movie, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Until next time, I'm your host, the Real Geno, Geno Reynolds. See you later.